Okay. So yesterday what we are doing, we had a discussion about the operation of a buck or step down converter. Now we'll continue again today also with the discussion. Some part of it is left. So we'll understand it. Then we'll go for the next type of converter. Now in a buck converter, we had a DC source. We had a single pole, one fixed point, two throws T1, T2, double throws switch. Then we have a inductor, capacitor and a load, which is a resistive load. Actually, when we are talking about power electronics, this switch has to be replaced. This single pole double throw switch has to be replaced by some power electronics device, which is your MOSFET, maybe IGBT, maybe thyristor, maybe diode. First class, I have shown you some of the devices, power diode, power MOSFETs and all. So we can replace this single pole double throw switch using power electronics device. Then only it will become a complete buck converter in power electronic circuit. So next we will see how this single pole double throw switch is replaced by any power electronics device. So our discussion starts from here today. Suppose we are taking a single pole single throw switch, right? Only one pole means one fixed point over here and one throw. It can be either closed, it can be either open. Okay, single pole single throw switch, one throw only. Now this switch if closed, okay, it can support current in this direction also, it can support current in this direction also. So voltage across it can be this side pole plus, this side minus, this side minus, this side plus. So I have drawn the static IV characteristic for the switch. It can operate in all the four quadrants of your IV characteristic. So positive current it can be, negative current it can be, positive voltage it can be, negative voltage it can be. Now if I take a diode, okay, if I am taking a diode, what will a diode do? Now remember how we get a voltage across a diode. A voltage across a diode is got when it is open circuit, that is reverse bias condition. And when current flows through this device, it is a switch, so it should be closed or forward biased. So current characteristics I is always obtained when switch is closed, and voltage characteristics is always obtained when switch is open. So whenever my switch is closed, we know my current will flow in this direction as shown, anode to cathode. Next, ideal switch, so voltage across it is 0. That's why I was telling when it is on, we study about current. So I know I have marked only the positive part of the current. No negative current can flow. So this quadrant is not marked. No negative current can flow. Sorry. Next, when it is off, how we are switching off a diode? We are reverse biasing it. This should be plus, this should be minus, cathode connected to plus, anode connected to minus. So when it is off, it is supporting a negative voltage. So I have marked plus current I and negative voltage V for your diode. Now for a MOSFET or BJT, what happens? In your MOSFET or BJT, if this is a BJT, current will always flow from collector to emitter. Opposite direction current is not possible. See, that's why opposite direction I have marked with a cross. Collector to emitter. Always current will flow from drain to source. No source to drain current. So always positive current. So I have marked positive. So in a MOSFET or BJT, positive current can flow. Now, when you are turning on this MOSFET, I give a base drive or a gate signal, and my collector to emitter, this collector should be connected to positive, this collector should be connected to negative. So if I connect this voltage and don't give a base drive, keep the base open, this remains in open state only, this is not working. If I connect a negative voltage over here, so it will not work anytime only. So if I don't want to turn this BJT on or your MOSFET on, I can give a drain to source voltage but I don't give a gate voltage, I don't give a base drive. So BJT will not turn on, or MOSFET will not turn on, it will remain in off position, and at that position what is the voltage we are applying across drain source or collector emitter is a positive voltage. So positive voltage, positive current. So whenever a switch supports positive voltage, positive current, it is MOSFET or BJT. Whenever switch supports positive voltage, positive current, negative voltage, it is a diode. Now going to the characteristics. Okay, so I'll just use the font so that you can understand. I'll just zoom it, then I'll do it. Okay. You just recall this figure. This T1P I am replacing. This part I am replacing with switch, that is either diode or MOSFET. It will be replaced by that, I am telling you. So how will you replace it? I have drawn all the currents, T1P, T2P current, VT1P. This should be T2P. For I told you I am drawing positive voltage, that's why I am keeping it PT2. So T1P, whatever I am drawing over here, is a positive current. If this is T1P, this should also be T1P. So VT1P, what voltage I am getting? Positive voltage. So positive current, positive voltage. It means between T1 and P, a MOSFET should be connected or a BJT should be connected. So between T1 and P, between this T1 and P, a MOSFET or BJT should be connected. Okay, next. Between T2 to P. Now this is T2P is supporting positive current. What I have drawn over here, PT2. So if I draw T2P, what will I get? Negative voltage like this. I'll get negative voltage like this, 0, then negative voltage. So T2P supports negative voltage, positive current. So negative voltage, positive current means diode. So between T2 to P, this way, between T2 to P, I should connect a diode. So I'm going into the figure next, which is the actual figure you will see in the books. This one. So this is your T1 point. If you recall, this is your P point. This point is T2. So between P to T1, MOSFET or BJT is connected. Between P to T2, diode is connected. So this is the actual figure of your buck converter. So whenever in your question, if it is asked to draw a buck converter, you will draw this figure. No need to draw that previous one. It is for your explanation that how that switch is removed and connected and replaced by power electronics devices.
Sir, base terminal টা তো ওপেন রয়েছে।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, চল।
বেস টার্মিনালটা তো ওপেন রয়েছে।
হ্যাঁ, এখানে বেস দিতে হবে, বেস ড্রাইভ দেবো।
না মানে এটা কি গ্রাউন্ডে লাগিয়ে দিতে হবে?
হ্যাঁ, এখান থেকে গ্রাউন্ডে, এখান থেকে কন্ট্রোল সিগন্যাল, then it will be connected to this ground. This base drive will be given a control signal and that to common ground, this common ground. We had already done this. Achha. Another thing that comes is MOSFET and diode rating. This is for, because all circuits we'll study is designing purpose. So you have to design all these circuits. You need to know all the ratings. So for understanding the MOSFET and BJT rating or diode rating, we'll directly go into this figure. The figure which we have drawn over here means the waveform. Now if I look into the voltage, I have understood that T1P is a MOSFET, T2P is a diode. So if T1P is the MOSFET, then what is the maximum voltage it should support is Vs, supply voltage. And if T2P is a diode, maximum reverse bias voltage it has to support is Vs. So both should support what voltage? Vs. So you should take a MOSFET or BJT with ratings greater than Vs. Suppose it is 12 volt, you take a MOSFET around 14 or 15 volt so that it can handle excess power. Okay. So your PIV, peak inverse voltage, or your collector emitter voltage should be greater than equal to Vs, but don't take equal to Vs, because if there is some problem in the circuit, then it may burn. So take more than Vs only, little bit more than Vs. And then what will be the maximum current flowing through it? Okay, again we have to look into the waveform. So what is the maximum current? Just see over here. Very easy. Last day only what we have discussed, we are continuing this. This IT1P, what is the average current through it is I0. IT2P, what is the average current through it is I0, as we had discussed. Now this is the average value, and from this point to this peak, so what is the value we know is del IL by 2. So I0 plus del IL by 2 will give you this peak point. Similarly, if this is I0, this is del IL by 2, this peak point will be how much? I0 plus del IL by 2. So maximum current that the diode and the MOSFET should handle is I0 plus del IL by 2. And maximum voltage is Vs. The simulation screen is visible. Is simulation screen visible? PSIM? Anyone? Simulation ta dekha jacche to?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Achha, see. The buck converter which I have simulated for your understanding. This is a 12-volt supply I have taken. All these calculations what I have done is measured by all the formulas which we have studied. In this PDF, all formulas are written. All these formulas are written. Using those formulas, I have calculated all these values. So 12-volt supply, I have taken a MOSFET over here. I have given a gate pulse, then a diode over here. This is T1, this is P to T2 a diode, then an inductor, then a capacitor, then this resistor. So I'm a 12-volt source over here. I'll see the output voltage first for your understanding, and just check. Okay. So this is the output voltage. Achha, don't go after the wave shape what we have studied over here, because this is all practical cases. Those are all ideal cases which we are studying. That's why I have shown all straight lines. This will be fluctuating in nature. Now if you calculate your average value, there is an average value over here. Bring it any point over here. You will get how much? 5.28 volt. So it is a 12-volt converter which is converting at the output 5 volt as average. 5.28 or 5 volt as average. Now what we are studying is this region, see, steady state region. After this point, transient occurs. After this transient occurs, this waveform repeats. So this is steady state region. We are studying this region. Shubhajit, yesterday you are telling what happens to transient region. See, it is starting from 0 only. Okay, first stage will be starting from 0, no problem. But our region of study is this region, steady state region. All these waveforms during this region. So this is a 12-volt converter. After some 0.006 seconds, it reaches to steady state, that is 5 volt. Next, we can check the inductor currents. And I'll add the capacitor current also at the same meanwhile, so that you can understand very easily. Now you see your inductor current. Okay. Again, don't go after the natures. It will be like this shape only because of the values I'm choosing. If you change the values, waveforms will go on changing. All that. You just understand what is happening in this. See, inductor current can't go negative, as we studied in the PDF also and transient analysis. Inductor current can't go negative. It is always in the positive direction only. See, inductor current is not going negative. Above 0. It is always above 0. It is always above 0. Check your capacitor current. Capacitor current has gone negative. Capacitor current has gone negative, then small positive, then negative again. See, capacitor current at steady state, suppose negative over here, below 0. This is a 0 line. Negative, then goes positive, then positive over here goes negative. again continues like this. So all performance what we have studied is similar over here, but those all discussed are ideal cases. These are all practical values which I have taken and shown you. I have forwarded this PDF to you in the Google Classroom. You can go through it. And I think these problems will be very easy for you if you understand also. Some problems for your reference I have given. You can understand these problems very easily. See, EDC is your supply voltage, E0 output, del VC, this del I F is given. They will tell you to calculate duty cycle. That means alpha or D, whatever you want to use. Some books have used alpha, some books D, some books K. Then again they will tell you to find out L. You know del I formula, from that you can find out L. Second, you know del VC formula, from that you can find out C. All values will be given. This is a direct problem. Same thing over here, buck converter is fed from a 12 volt source, 5 volt load. So output voltage and input voltage is given. First, if this is given, first thing what comes in mind, I will calculate my D. If when it is not needed, I will calculate it, because somewhere it will be needed, because all equations need D or alpha, whatever given in question. So it will be given like this. So they have calculated and done all this thing. All formulas are discussed. You please go through it, this problem, and if you have any problem over here, you can ask me. See, they have calculated your IS, source current. If you don't remember your formula also, they have not used direct formula. See, IS over here, I had used. Now, where is my PDF? IS over here, this one. Over here, I have derived direct formula. IS is equal to I0 into D. Or I can use the general formula. If you remember your general formula also, you can derive it. So V0 I0 is equal to VSIS. V0 I0 is equal to VSIS. So they have used V0 I0 is equal to VSIS. V0 I0 is equal to VSIS. That's how you can derive. Again, L by that same values. Okay. One second, please. No. This was your simulation. As a buck converter, I think everybody has understood with the operation. I'll try to prepare a PPT and all and send you if you can't understand from the PDF. I think in the PDF everything is given line by line. Okay. I'll check what I have done over here. DC to DC. Okay. Let's check over here. Okay. Today what we'll do is start the next converter, which is a boost converter. Again, same thing. We just interchange the positions of the switch, diode or MOSFET, whatever is given, and get this boost or step up converter. All components, remember, all components of the converters which we are studying, maybe it is buck, boost or buck boost converter, all components are same. So what will be my first component? DC source. There will be an inductor. There will be a single pole double throw switch. There will be a single pole double throw switch like this. There will be a capacitor. There will be a load. All points are common. All things are common. So this is a basic circuit of a buck boost converter. You don't need to draw this in exam. You have to replace this PT1 or PT2 by MOSFET, BJT or diode, and then draw that circuit. Okay. For your explanation, I have drawn this for you because I am starting from the basic thing. Okay. So we'll go jump into next. What we'll do is jump into the analysis. So how we are doing the analysis? We have a DT period. We have a 1 minus DT period. So in the DT period, what will happen? P will be connected to T1 as shown over here. P will be connected to T1. In the 1 minus DT period, what will be there? P will be connected to T2. Now, when P is connecting to T1, okay, what is happening? This circuit forms a KVL. This source, this inductor, this part forms a KVL, and you should think that we are drawing capacitor, means steady state. So capacitor is previously charged, and this is supplying my load. So I'll apply KVL in this part, and get what I'll get. See, current is flowing in which direction? This one only. This direction. So it comes out from the positive, it enters in this direction. So this is plus, this is minus. Again, I will tell you that, like last day what I have told you, these directions of your IS, IL, voltage polarities, this pointer of this voltage polarities are all positive. That is, if this is like this side will be positive, this is minus. If IC is in this direction, that it is positive. If I naught is in this direction, then it is positive current. So all directions marked in the main figure are positive. Now in the first figure, my current will flow in this direction. So this direction and this IS and IL standard direction is same. So IS and IL will be positive. If IS flows in this direction, then this polarity of the inductor will be plus, this will be minus. So if you apply KVL, what you will get? Vs minus VL equal to 0 and VL is equal to Vs. Okay. Next. If I apply, tell.
হ্যাঁ বলছি স্যার স্ক্রিনটা তো আসছে না, আপনি যেখানটা বোঝাচ্ছেন ওরে মানে স্ক্রিনটা, হ্যাঁ স্ক্রিনটা তো আসেনি।
না দেখা যাচ্ছে,
হ্যাঁ
দেখা যাচ্ছে তো, দেখা যাচ্ছে।
দাঁড়াও তাহলে আমি একবার স্টপ শেয়ার করে আনি।
তাহলে নেটওয়ার্কের হয়তো প্রবলেম হচ্ছে।
হ্যাঁ হচ্ছে।
হ্যাঁ এবার এসছে ঠিক আছে।
ঠিক আছে।
হ্যাঁ এবার এসছে।
আচ্ছা, এবার next what we'll do, we'll try study this T2 period. Okay, sorry, T2 1 minus dt period. This is your T off period. Now P is connected to T2. Now when P is connected to T2, this inductor is discharging. My polarity of the inductor changes, so plus this side minus this side, opposite polarity to this one. Inductor current as you flows in the same direction only, no change. So what I can write, current starts flowing from this side only, plus Vs, then we have plus VL. Okay, Vs plus VL minus V naught is equal to 0. So Vs plus VL minus V naught equal to 0. So VL is equal to V naught minus Vs. So now VL is equal to Vs. What is Vs? Is a DC voltage constant, so VL will also be constant. Since this polarity marked, left hand side is positive, this right hand side is negative, this VL whatever magnitude is positive. Polarity of the inductor in this case changes, so whatever the magnitude of VL we are getting, we should represent it in negative direction or minus of this. Okay, so we'll go to the figure. So during the dt period, see VL is equal to Vs, and during 1 minus dt period, so it was V naught minus Vs, minus of that gives me Vs minus V naught, so minus of that gives me Vs minus V naught. Again same cycle repeats, so again it becomes Vs. So my VL completes over here. Understood everyone up to this VL, how we are drawing? Okay. Next, your inductor current. I have not derived the inductor current by showing the integration. By now you should know that IL is equal to VL by L into T. What is VL in this case? Vs. So I have substituted over here, IL is equal to Vs by L into T. Again like last day, IL is y axis, T is x axis. So y equal to mx. Since Vs is positive, Vs by L is a positive slope, so it should increase. It should increase like this. Second case, IL is equal to VL by L into T. So now VL is minus of this. Okay, sorry, minus of this. This should be V naught minus Vs. Minus of this value. So minus of this, this should be plus over here. So minus of V naught minus Vs into T. And that should be represented in the figure. So I'll go to that. See. Vs by my VL, this is a negative value, so it will be a decreasing slope. So Vs minus V naught is a decreasing slope. Okay, so it is a decreasing slope. Thanks. 1 second. So positive slope because Vs is positive, negative slope because this is negative. Let's correct it now. Or I should give minus over here for you to understand. So see, minus of V naught minus Vs, I have changed it. So it will be a decreasing slope. This is what I wanted to show you. So inductor current understood, VL understood. Next, capacitor current. I've drawn the circuits again and again for you to understand, because once you don't understand the circuit, otherwise you can't write your equation. So if I take this circuit over here,
স্যার ওই নেক্সট স্ক্রিনটা আসছে না তো? নেক্সট স্ক্রিনটা মানে আপনি যেটা ক্যাপাসিটর যেটা বলছেন।
হ্যাঁ আসছে।
তোমার নেটওয়ার্ক প্রবলেম আসছে তো সবার? দাঁড়া একটু ওয়েট করো, তাহলে চলে আসবে, ঠিক আছে? একটু ওয়েট করো,
হ্যাঁ দেখা যাচ্ছে ওর নেটওয়ার্কেরই প্রবলেম হচ্ছে।
আচ্ছা, my current now flows in this direction. IL is flowing in this direction. So IL is flowing in this direction. IC is this one. I naught is this one. So IL is equal to IC plus I naught. Since we are drawing IC, so IC is equal to IL minus I naught. Okay, and IC is equal to minus I naught over here, because there is this, if you apply this equation over here, no, this P is connected to T1, no IL flows through this circuit. So I have substituted IL is equal to 0 and IC becomes equal to I naught. Okay, I'll come to this later. Just understand the equation why I'm drawing. IC, I'll draw it later, always. Okay, now PT1 current, current IPT1, IPT2. Now P to T1, in this circuit, current is flowing from P to T1 only, right? This current is flowing in this direction only. So P to T1 current will be positive. And what will be the current P to T1? Obviously IL, the current flowing through the inductor. So IPT1 is IL. P to T2, it's open, so no current will flow from P to T2. So IPT2 is equal to 0. Next, this one, IPT1. Is P connected to T1? No. So IPT1 will be 0. Is P connected to T2? Yes. What is the current flowing through PT2? Is nothing but your inductor current, IL. So I can say that the current flowing through PT1 is IL during which period? DT period. And current flowing through PT2 is IL during which period? 1 minus DT period. So I'll jump into this. IL I have drawn over here. See, IPT1 is IL during the DT period. IPT2 is IL during 1 minus DT period. 1 minus DT period is decreasing, so it is decreasing. Okay. Now during this period, DT period, what is IPT2? 0. During this 1 minus DT period, what is IPT2? 0. See, during this period, T off period, it is 0. During this T on period, IPT2 is 0. কতক্ষণ বাকি আছে? 5 minutes left. This চলে গেল। Next, we have to calculate the voltages and find out which PT1 or PT2 should be replaced by diode or MOSFET. So first circuit during DT period, P and T1 point are shorted, right? So VPT1, if you find the voltage, it will be 0, because both will have the same potential. VP minus VT1 will be 0. PT2 is open, so open circuit you will get a voltage. Now this T2 point is connected to the positive of the output voltage. So VT2 can be written as V0. So VT2 can be written as V0. Now what is VPT2? You can write VP minus VT2. and PT1 are shorted, whereas T1 is connected to ground. T1 is connected to ground. So can I say VT1 is 0? Similarly, VP is equal to 0. So VP minus VT1 will anyhow come out to be 0. Okay, so VT1 is 0, VP is also 0. So VP is 0. So VP is 0 and VT2 is V0. So substitute this in this equation. So VP is replaced by 0, VT2 is replaced by V0. So it comes out to be minus V0. Next, in this case, PT2 point is shorted. So P and T2 will have the same potential. VPT2 will be 0. So VPT2 will be 0. Now VPT1 is VP minus VT1. Now what will be value of P? VP and VT2 will be have the same potential. T2 is connected to V0. So VP will also be V0. So VP is also V0. T1 is connected to ground. So VT1 is V0. So what will be VPT1? VP minus VT1. VP minus VT1. What is VP? V0. VT1 is 0. So V0 minus 0 gives you 0. So I'll plot this first. VPT1 during dt period is 0 and during d1 minus dt period is V0. So I will plot 0, V0, 0. So I'll go to the figure over here. See 0, V0, 0. Now PT2, okay, minus V0. What is PT2 over here? 0. So I'll get minus V0, 0, minus V0. Minus V0, 0, minus V0. What I have plotted over here is T2P. So V0, 0 plus V0. If you have plotted PT2, you have to have got minus V0, 0, minus V0. Achha. Next thing is my last point. What I am getting? PT1 is a positive voltage, right? 0 and V0 both are positive voltages. And in a previous slide, PT1 is IL and 0, positive current. So positive current, positive voltage. That means MOSFET or BJT. So in this circuit, main circuit, PT1 will be replaced by what? MOSFET or BJT. Next one, PT2 is negative voltage. PT2 negative voltage 0, so negative voltage. And PT2 current is 0 and positive current. So positive current, negative voltage means diode. So this is what my last point represents. And next slide you will see this representation. Check it whether I have drawn it correct or not. PT1 positive voltage, positive current. So replaced by a switch. This is your chopper actually, means MOSFET or BJT. And PT2 positive voltage, negative voltage, positive current, that means a diode. This is your actual circuit which you have to draw in your exam. I don't need this one, you have to draw this one. So up to this, if you have any doubt, you tell me. Meeting will close in 1 minute, then you just join it again. We'll do the calculations part. আছে ক্লিয়ার তো সবার এই অবধি কোনো অসুবিধা নেই কেভিএল কেসিএল অ্যানালিসিস
মানে স্যার এই যে নিচের সার্কিটটা আঁকতে হবে তাই তো মানে এই যে অ্যারো দিয়ে যে দেখানো আছে
একদম নিচে ইউ ইন ইওর এক্সাম ইউ হ্যাভ টু ড্র দিস সার্কিট এইটা জাস্ট ফর আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ডিং হাউ দিস ইজ রিপ্লেসড বাই দিস বাট বুকস উইল শো ইউ দিস সার্কিট অনলি ওকে সো ইউ হ্যাভ টু ড্র দিস সার্কিট we'll just go through this calculations very fast because you can see it, it's derived already, and like last day we have done all the calculations. I told you these formulas will be required for solving problems. So let's start with the calculation part. So first one is input output voltage relationship. So how you do it, I told you in an inductor we have to apply volt second balance. So area of this is equal. So area means this side part will cancel out this side part. So what is the area over here? Vs. This part is T on, so Vs into dt. What is the area over here? I'll take the magnitude, so V naught minus Vs into 1 minus dt. So both should be made equal. So Vs into dt, V naught minus Vs into 1 minus s dt. So this t cancels out. D by 1 minus d, this d1 minus d is brought in this side, this Vs is brought in this side, so V naught minus Vs by Vs. So this first term comes V naught by Vs minus 1. So this 1 brought in this side becomes plus 1. You do this calculation, what you will get? 1 by 1 minus d, so V naught by Vs. From here you can get V naught is equal to Vs by 1 minus d. Now if you take any value of Vs, like last day as we are saying, suppose Vs is 10, d can be greater than 1, so take any value. So 1 minus, suppose I'm taking 0.5 only for easy calculation. So 1 minus 0.5 gives you 0.5. So 0.5 by 10 gives you how much? 20 volt. So from 10 volt to 20 volt, you are increasing the value. So it is a step up converter. So this is a very important relationship. V naught is equal to Vs by 1 minus t. Then next, input output current relationship. Then we have to consider oh, I forgot one thing. IC I did not show you now. Okay, I'll come to it. Input output current relationship is energy efficiency is 100%. So VSIS is equal to V naught I naught. So I naught you can write down. I naught you can write down VSIS by V naught brought over here. V naught in terms of Vs is already represented, or Vs in terms of V naught you can write down and substitute over here. You will get this equation. So Is is equal to I naught by 1 minus t. I told you last day that no need to for derivation of this equation. You know, if you know this equation, it will be just opposite for current. So if it is V naught over here, this will be Is. See Is. If it is Vs over here, it will be I naught. So if this is V naught is equal to Vs by 1 minus d, it will be Is is equal to I naught by 1 minus d. Next. Okay. Calculation of your ripple current. So how are you calculating your ripple current? By equation of VL, like last class. VL is equal to L dIL by dt. What is the change in current over here? Del IL. Again, same thing. This peak to peak ripple current from this point to this point is del IL. I'll come to this average values. I forgot to explain to you. I'll come to this after this. So this del IL, I'll take the dt period. You can take 1 minus dt period, I told you. But if you are taking 1 minus dt period, I also told you to take care of your VL sign. Because VL is positive in dt period, so it will be easy for me to calculate. So VL was how much? Recall the figure. VL during this period is Vs. So during this period, VL is replaced by Vs. T replaced by 1 by F. So Fs supply is switching frequency, not supply frequency. How the frequency of switching of the MOSFET or BJT. And then from here you can bring your L on this side or keep it in this equation. Del IL is this formula. Bring L in this side. What you will get? dVs numerator remains same. Fs, this del IL comes in the denominator. So this is very important. আচ্ছা স্লাইড শো দেখা যাচ্ছে? Everyone can see slide show?
হ্যাঁ যাচ্ছে
ঠিক আছে।
Yes sir, yes sir.
Okay. Next, আচ্ছা সার্কিটটা আচ্ছা এইটা বোঝাতে হবে অ্যাভারেজ কারেন্ট। আচ্ছা আচ্ছা অ্যাভারেজ কারেন্টটা এই সার্কিট থেকে দেখো। I told you how to determine average current. There are two average currents in the circuit. One is Is and I naught, because those are fixed DC, which I am thinking. Okay, so if P is connected to T1, right? What is the current flowing through this circuit is nothing but your Is, that is your average current. Can I say IPT1 average current is Is? Because there is only one average current that can flow through this circuit. And when P is connected through this T2, what will be the average current? Both Is and I naught are flowing. What should be the average current? Anyone? If P is connected to T2, both Is and IL are flowing. Let's check. Why it is I naught, why not Is? Anyone? I'm leaving this up to you. Tell me this explanation. Okay. I naught. So IPT1 average current is IS, IPT2 average current is I naught. Now, if you look this figure again, I need to find out the average current of inductor. Now, in this circuit, when inductor is connected, IS flows through the inductor, I naught doesn't flow. In this circuit, when inductor is connected in the circuit, both IS and I naught is flowing, but we have to take the common thing. In both these cases, IS is one constant average current that flows through the inductor. Over here also IS, over here also IS. We can represent in terms of I naught also, I'll tell you. Okay, but which is constant between the circuit is IS. In this circuit is IS, in this circuit also IS. So average current through the inductor is IS only. So average current through the inductor which I have drawn over here is IS. This middle line is IS, IL average. Now, I can represent in terms of I naught also. By what? By this IS is equal to I naught by 1 minus D. Okay. So I could have written this one, but I naught into 1 minus D. Can anybody tell me without understanding that equation? I am saying directly I can write down that I naught by 1 minus D. Like that I can directly write down. Can anybody give me direct explanation from this circuit? How I can write down that equation? But think how that will come. Anybody can give any explanation? That I can write in terms of the I naught also. How I can write? পারবে না? সোজা, একদম সোজা. Very easy. When is I naught flowing through IL? You integrate in that time period, integration 1 by T, you are finding average current. So 1 by T integration 0 to 2 T IL dt. If your IL is I naught, your time period will change according to that. Your time period will be T off. If you are taking IL as IS, your time period will be T on plus T off. Like that if you can do, you will find in terms of I naught also. Okay, see IL is flowing during which period? During this 1 minus dt period. So obviously there should be a factor 1 minus d multiplied with I naught. So if you do the integration and all, you will find that equation. You can find this average values by integration method also. Like normal thing, if I give a waveform, I tell you find average value, you find out that. Achha, from this point to this point, peak point, from this point to this peak point, since this IL is average, so this is separating this curve into two equal halves. So this peak point is del IL by 2. This lower peak point is, from this center point to this lower peak point is del IL by 2. Okay. So what is the maximum value of inductor current? Can I say from here? IL average, this center line plus this peak point, means this gap, like last day we had derived. So this average current is what? IS. Plus, if I write this term, del IL by 2, can I get IL maximum? So there is another formula. What is IL maximum? IS plus del IL by 2. And if you want to write IS in terms of I naught, you can write I naught by 1 minus D plus del IL by 2. Okay. So this is what I wanted to explain you from here. Achha. Now IC, how your IC comes. Now your IC equation which we had derived, I think over here, yeah, IC is equal to IL minus I naught, and during this case when DT period, IC is equal to minus I naught. So during DT period, this part, IC is equal to minus I naught. See, I have drawn. I naught is constant, so minus I naught over here. Then during this period, during the 1 minus DT period, I have decremented this IL by I naught. I have decremented this IL by I naught. I have decremented this IL by I naught. So it is starting from minus I naught going to some value. Again, it is coming back to minus I. So this peak point is decremented by value I naught. So it is starting from below this point. Minus I naught is already over here. So it will start from this point. Achha. Now, again, I told you by amp second balance, we could have found out this equation. But finding out this area of this trapezoidal is very difficult because we need to know this point height. This point I know, I naught. This point height I need to know exact height to get the exact calculation. Okay. this gap over here, I should know everything. I should know. But if you find out this thing, if you find out this area over here, this is directly a rectangle. We can find easily area, this base into height. So I'll apply area of this first part only to find out that del Vc. I'll take this first part and find the area, how much the charge is stored during this procedure, during this dt period. So del q is equal to C del V. During that period, I'm taking the magnitude q equal to I into t, you know. During this period, what is my current? I naught, taking the magnitude. So instead of minus I naught, I should take plus I naught. So I've taken I naught. Which period we are studying? Dt. So into dt is equal to C del Vc. So from here, del Vc can be written as I naught into dt by C, and t is nothing but 1 by f. So d I naught by fs. From here, you can calculate your C. Next, boundary condition. Again, that will limit your, all we are studying continuous conditions. So inductor current is continuous, not starting from 0. And you have seen in the waveform also, in the simulation, my current was continuous. At starting, it is starting from 0, but then it is going above 0.0 line. It was above this line only. So my study is during those positions only, not during transient cases. That's why I was telling you from first. Okay. So del IL is equal to 2 I naught. Del IL we had derived. Del IL is equal to dVs by FSL. Substitute it over here. I naught can be written as V naught by R. Then V naught can be replaced by the first one equation, Vs by 1 minus D. Then you will get this equation. Okay. You can do it very easily. I'm not explaining all these things. You can go through it. Del Vc is equal to twice V naught. Del Vc will be replaced by this one, which we have derived. Then V naught can be written as twice I naught R. Why I have derived V naught in I naught? Because this cancels out. That's why I have used V naught is equal to I naught R. And over here I naught is replaced by V naught by R, so that it gets cancelled out. So I naught cancels out. From here you will get critical value of capacity, critical value of inductance. Now BJT and diode ratings. Going to the figure. Positive current PT1, positive voltage. So which one? MOSFET or BJT. Maximum voltage, what is this? V0. Maximum current, what is the average current through it? Achha. What is the average current? When P is connected to T1, what is the average current through it? I told you, I forgot. I told you there is IS only. What is the average current flowing through this? Is I0. So this average current IS plus this gap. Plus this gap. What is this gap? This small gap. What is this small gap? Oh, 1 second. This small gap. What is this small gap? Del IL by 2. So IS plus del IL by 2. What is this small gap over here? Del IL by 2. So I0 plus del IL by 2. So for MOSFET it is IS plus del IL by 2. For PT2 it is I0 plus del IL by 2. Okay. ID, IS. I have taken in terms of IS only. তাহলে এটা ISC হবে, I think so. Okay, just check once. I'll check once more, but if this equation is written like this, I'll check once more and tell you next day. I think this is IS only. This average current is IS only. Okay. So if this is IS plus del IL by 2. So this is IS plus del IL by 2. So IS is I0 by 1 minus D plus del IL by 2, I0 by 1 minus D plus del IL by 2. Because this is correct, I can remember, because both MOSFET and diodes all have the same current and voltage ratings. And voltage you have seen that it is V0. This is IS, yeah, this is a constant current that is flowing through T2 also. Achha, this should be IS only. Yeah, this should be IS only. This should be IS only, not I0. This should be IS. So that's why I've written over here also IS. Because some IS was written over here also. Okay. This should be IS. Okay. Next, maximum inductor current I have already told you, IS plus del IL by 2. IS is your average value plus del IL by 2, and IS can be written as I0 plus del IL by 2. So these are all the formulas which will require in solving problems. And in this PDF, this is over, but in this PDF I had sent you, you will find problems also. You can go through it again. Same problems are given. Maybe it is a boost converter. Okay, take it boost converter. After boost, if I have given the problem, then it is a boost converter. Okay, boost converter. So from here again, del I, IS, I2. I2 means peak inductor current. Don't go after the names that they have used. Use it according to your own convention. Understand the real meaning. Peak inductor current. Okay. Del VC. All this will be needed to calculate. Up to this, it is for today. Next day we'll discuss this one: buck boost converter or step up down converter. So there are 3 converters. All these 3 converters will have circuit. This circuit you have to draw in the exam. It will have waveforms. VL, IL and IC are very important. This is for your understanding whether voltages and current are positive or negative. According to that, we'll replace this single pole double throw switch by MOSFET and diode. And these calculations which I have given over here in the PDF or the PPT also, these are required for solving problems. Make a column like this: buck boost, and write all the formulas. First one, output voltage input voltage relationship. This one. Then try to relate everything. Try to relate these formulas and study, practice using problems. You will easily remember. ঠিক আছে? Up to this, any doubt, anyone, you can ask, or we'll close the meeting. Okay. So I'm closing the meeting. I'll share this PPT also. You just go through it. Thank you.